Welcome, welcome, welcome to 239 Uncensored, everything Southwest Florida and beyond. I am your host, Shannon Livingston, and I am joined by the lovely and talented Diana Solis. Where is that Diana Cam?
Right here.
Oh, look at you. So not only does Diana sit in the cockpit and control everything, but she is a fantastic co-host, and we have come up with some really fun content today because Diana has mined through some social media gems. So sometimes I'll see TikTok, most of the time I don't, unless somebody posted on Facebook because I'm an old lady and all of my social media unfortunately lands on Facebook. But you have found some stuff from TikTok and where else? Facebook, and where else are we going to look at today?
I pretty much have from TikTok and like I saw some clip on Instagram, so I grabbed that as well.
All right. So what platforms do you like being a younger person?
For like short videos, I guess TikTok or um Instagram like Reels.
So you like the video and not so much just the pictures or words, like people telling their life story. You don't want that. You just want to watch video.
Correct.
Gotcha. And do you think that that is like more your generation?
Uh
Like they
I don't know.
expect those videos and that, or just because you're a creative and you make video, do you think you're interested in that?
It's probably why that like I'm like creative, but I think like more people like more videos than like reading, I guess.
I think so. Well, and of course, we do video here with the live show and with the podcast. Everybody likes to see us. Maybe not so much Tim. We don't, I'm not responsible for Tim Jarrett's face, so don't get upset with me. But people do like to look at us. They like to see what's going on in the studio. But you also do a great job taking some of this content and some of the behind the scenes stuff that you and Tim do, and you put it especially on TikTok. So, what is your favorite TikTok that Tim has done?
Oh man. There was one, but they took it down, sadly.
Do we have that one, or is it
Uh,
still?
yeah, no, I can't have access to it. But we could show them about like the guy running around in the Everglades, like
I
in his
loved that one
underwear.
that you sent me.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was so fun. So this was also on TikTok, and then I saw it on Instagram, right? So it was
Yes.
okay. You want to show
Oh,
the
yeah.
video?
What the fuck is that? Hey, buddy, you alright? Yeah. Are you just eating cheesecake in the middle of the Everglades? Yeah.
The Everglades. And you know, I actually looked to see if maybe it was somebody that I knew. Like that's how sad Florida is. You might actually know Florida man. So how did you find that? Was that local? Like for I mean the Everglades can be anywhere between Naples and Miami. So was that like a is that a local channel or person?
Well, I found it on this like website. Well, not website. This page on Instagram called Only in Naples.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
a lot of people know about that page. So I saw that like video, like they reposted it, and I was like, "Yo, I should send this to you. This is actually pretty funny."
I love that you think of me when you see crazy stuff and you're like, you know who would appreciate this? Let me send this to Shannon. But I really am trying to get better at TikTok. I know that it's the wave of the future. And my friend Pinky is trying to teach me Instagram, and I'm not getting good at that yet. But we haven't had our class. We're going to have a class in here, and I'm going to learn all about it. So, show me another video or whatever you got. You got a lot of content for us. Show me what you got.
All right, so we could go through Instagram. I mean TikTok right now on our page.
Oh, on our TikTok?
Yeah.
I say our like I'm on there, but I'm not.
Well, you are
Is that
on it.
oh, from the early days?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. All right.
Look at all that.
There's a lot.
Wow, that is a lot of work you guys have done.
Yeah, like our recent one of them got 10K like views.
No, what so that's viral, right?
Yeah, this
10,000
one.
is viral? Let's see that one. Oh, what's happening?
She's pretty much like stealing the groceries. Like, who would do that?
That's bad.
Like, I don't know.
And so would you say something if you saw that, or would you be afraid you were going to get shot and stay out of it?
I don't know. I might get shot. It's Florida.
Well, and you're from Miami. And
Yeah.
so that's a different, like, I'm from a city as well where, yeah, if you say anything in Kansas City, Missouri, you're going to get shot. You need to mind your own business. But I'm pretty saucy down here in Collier County where I feel pretty safe. So, all right. So that you never know what's going to go viral too. Like, why in the hell are people so interested in that? And
Yeah.
the cart Nazi guy, that's what do you call him, right? The
Cart narcs?
cart narc.
Yeah.
Not Nazi. All right. But so that was crazy. Like we still have people commenting on that video that you put up.
Oh yeah. Let me bring
Do
it
we
up.
have that one?
I could bring it up real quick.
So this guy goes around the country and it is my pet peeve. So I liked it. He goes around the country and he basically assaults people verbally that do not put back their shopping cart. And there was one video that was taken in Naples, and the woman was not a joy. Like she was not pleasant at all, not a ray of sunshine. And she, kind of felt like, well, definitely felt like she did not need to take her cart back. There were people for that. And I hear this all the time because I just take your cart back, and people say, oh no, they have people that take it back from the corral, not from the parking spot that you left it in, or, just willy-nilly wherever. Like that was just the dumbest comeback. Were
Alright, I
you able to
found
find it?
Yeah. All right, let me put it.
The cart narc. And he has been arrested a few times, I heard. Here we go, Naples, Florida.
It's pretty long.
Yeah, so well, you can barely hear what he's saying, but basically he's walking up on her. She doesn't want to put the cart back. Okay, ma'am. Okay, now that she doesn't care.
Yeah.
She's a bitch.
And the funny part is, like, they wasted their time. They got out of the car, and all that time they wasted, they could literally just put it back and end the conversation real quick.
I think she gets really angry with this guy. And, rightly so. He gets into her space and touches her car with the magnetic bumper thing. But yeah, she does get out and she does have this verbal assault with him and this whole thing where, why do you care so much? Just drive off.
Like, she threw it on the floor.
Yeah.
The magnet.
Because she's embarrassed.
Yeah.
That's why she says she doesn't care and it's okay. And she justifies it. But she knows she's an asshole. If anybody knows this woman, she's probably, I don't know, someone that I've met and I should know. But it does not come across great when you say you don't care. Okay, now this is just out of control. This is what got everybody to watch the video.
Yeah.
Now she's losing her shit.
Yeah. Action.
Right? Okay, but she's also blocking traffic. So again, if I'm at the grocery store and I see this, am I getting involved? I would. Would you get involved, Diana?
It's called honking and then leaving.
You would just honk, flip everybody off, move it, keep it moving.
I got places to be.
Really? Oh my gosh, she is just having a complete meltdown over this magnetic thing. But also maybe that woman has a little PTSD and then she's got this guy coming at her. So I guess I should play devil's advocate too. If I'm alone and I've got some guy like assaulting me with his accusations, maybe I'm going to lose my shit, Publix.
It could be very dangerous. Like there's videos of like him getting encountered with like people taking out their guns, knives and all that.
And in Florida, stand your ground does apply to your vehicle as well, as I understand it. And so Yeah, I think he is lucky that he's not getting a gun pulled on him. Do we have any happy videos? Do we have anything about like a little dog or anything?
Oh, we got
Oh,
something
we
talking.
got something else playing.
Yeah, that was like a random thing. A nice video.
Well, how about some more of our 239 stuff? I want to see more of what you and Tim put out, and since I'm not on TikTok, I don't see it.
all right, I could put this one up. I know you know this one.
Are we allowing comments also? Are people commenting? I'm not even paying attention. Oh, look, it's me.
That's for the Tinder.
Oh, so let's talk about Tinder. That brings up a good point. So I paid for a month of it. Tim paid for a month of it. I had no idea how to use it. And everyone on Tinder, from what I hear, not interested in dating. They're only interested in touching my private parts. And that is not for me. I don't do that outside of marriage. And I don't think I want to be married again. So, yeah. So y'all put me on Tinder and we were going to try to have people come in and like do a little dating game type of show. And that really didn't work out because nobody wanted to date me. Like how that's kind of humiliating for me that we made a whole thing out of it and not one person wanted to come into the show. I think maybe we should put you on Tinder, Diana.
Wait, no.
Oh, good enough for me, but not good enough for you.
I found it.
Oh, this is the original one that got taken down.
Yeah, but it's like reposted though. It wasn't like the
Well,
one that
that's
went
all right.
viral.
So Tim has an RV. And here he is pumping out the poo. That is the only reason I don't have an RV. I don't want to pump out the poo.
That's kind of like weird. It's like taking out the trash, but like instead it's
But from your
poop.
butt.
Yeah.
Yes. And so here's also our friend Gianluca, who owns Cosmos and fantastic pizza and homemade gelato down there. But he's always good for a TikTok because he's just a walking TikTok. Just everything Gianluca does is entertaining, from his accent to just the joy that he has for life. I went down for dinner one time with my boss and Gianluca was there, and of course at the table, and thank goodness you saved me from talking about home warranties. With my boss, I was just able to talk about pizza and wine. But so that video and it was a candy bar or pudding or whatever so they say that they were using, but it got taken down. And that was like the most popular video for a long time.
Yeah. But then
no poo on TikTok. No. We're learning our lessons. We're learning the boundaries.
Post that now.
No, you can't post the poo.
Oh, this happened in the studio when I was like alone.
When you were alone?
Yeah. Little.
Is that a little lizard?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is this voice like a robot? Because I hear this on other people's posts. What? So that is just like if you type in the caption.
Yeah, you type like what do you want it to say, and then you just make it like you pick like the voice.
But why can't you just do your own voice where it doesn't sound like a Japanese robot?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Did I just come up with the TikTok invention that's going to make us millions? I feel like I did.
Oh, this is when we shot him.
Oh, look at that. But see, my gun was jamming, and it's like hard to get it pumped up. And he is an expert at firearms. And I would like to use water guns instead, but there's too much equipment in here.
You have to do that outside with water balloons. That would be nice.
Or paint gun. We could do a paint gun. Or we could do an inflatable obstacle course. And I don't know who's going to compete against him, but we have to see what kind of shape he's still in since he's been retired. All right. So what is this going on? This is in the office?
Yeah.
Is that what he does? He's not really back there selling real estate. He's just back there fucking around.
Yeah. Making us all hear it.
What is wrong with him? Oh, and there's Miss Lori. She's never in anything. It's nice to see her. So for an old guy, he really does listen to hip music. He knows more about the young stuff than I do.
Yeah.
I think that's probably Alex's influence, but well, Elton John isn't young, but they went to that.
Oh, there's one.
And so what is the point of, oh, there I am again. There you are. Look at us. We're so cute. I
It's
was
just hey, that's it.
I was gonna get my blue hair put in again, but I'm doing videos right now. I'm in the middle of a couple, so it'll take another month or so. Oh, and here we have Sheriff Marcino from Lee County
You brought
Playing-
the party here.
playing DJ in the studio. So have you seen his videos where he has like the little abused puppies and kitties, and he tells people like if you abuse an animal in Lee County, you're gonna go to jail?
Oh yeah, he posts that a lot. We don't have that here, but
It's
we have this one,
Brilliant.
like about the drop the mic.
Oh, when he was being DJ?
Yeah, no, like I don't know if you.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah,
When he said that he said this piece of shit.
yeah.
There we go. So a lot of people give him a hard time
Oh,
and say that he
left.
is and say that he's kind of trying to imitate we still have music, the
Yeah.
Polk County sheriff, but that really is his personality. And that really is his attitude, very similar to the attitude in Collier County. Although I think Sheriff Rambosk is a little more refined in delivering that message. Do you think that do you see a big difference from living on the other coast and living here, like when it comes to law enforcement presence and our attitude toward law enforcement? And don't feel like just because you work for a cop that means you need to answer in a certain way.
I don't know. Like I never got arrested or anything like that. So it's like I don't
Yeah.
know. I never encountered talking to one like being stopped or anything. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. But
So you've never had a negative interaction with law enforcement?
nah.
And you've never lived in a neighborhood bad enough to see like when a whole neighborhood is against law enforcement because they don't trust
Yeah.
them?
I seen some crazy stuff in the
Yeah.
hood.
And so I think that is I was talking about that one time on the radio. I'm a crazy libertarian, but a huge law enforcement supporter. I do not want to be strangled or sodomized, and I would like law enforcement to protect me. And so it's just such a thankless, difficult job. I mean, all the stuff that of course everybody always says. But I have lived in areas where law enforcement was not in it the best relationship with the community. And so it is kind of crazy now, like being over here in Collier and working with Tim and knowing the sheriff in, this county and Lee County and really having faith in them, because I got to say for a long time, I just kind of saw the dirtier side of law enforcement. And it's been such a public thing now that we're all discussing, support the blue or back the blue. And I don't know that anything has changed though, right? I mean, we had all the protests and all the discussions, and I haven't seen a lot of I guess more respect for law enforcement. And I haven't seen like training changing, although maybe that's happening in the rest of the country. I don't know. Do you watch the news at all?
Nope.
So you have no idea.
I literally just don't watch the news. I only like read it like if something like bad happens or something.
Where do you get your news?
Pretty much my phone.
So,
Like,
but you
this
read
app.
it instead of
Yeah.
watching it.
Yeah.
What app do you use, if you don't mind me asking?
The news app from Apple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I do that too. I also I look at international news. There's this 1440 service. I watch C-SPAN. I actually record certain things on C-SPAN, or I'll go back and watch the video in the archives, because I have become so distrustful of the news, whether it's local news or cable news or whatever it is. I just don't know what the truth is anymore. My friend and I were talking this morning about the woman that worked in Tallahassee on whatever computer program was tracking COVID infections very, very early on. And she claimed that DeSantis was fudging the numbers by the way that he wanted the programming to be done. And he claimed that she was, somehow breaking the law, I don't remember the exact story, but that basically she was a disgruntled employee and she was, creating problems um and so they raided her house and I don't know that anything ever came from it. And so my friend asked me, well, what's the real story? Was DeSantis justified in that or was he, fudging the numbers? And just like anything, I had to say, I don't know. Like I heard the news when it came out. I haven't heard any resolution of it because that's another thing. We hear the accusation. We don't follow it all the way through trial or resolution. And so I just don't know what the hell's happening anymore. I mean, not like I, was fully clued in the first place, but even Ukraine and like, well, what the hell's going on over there? Are we just going to keep watching this shit? Are we just going to keep sending them money? Is that going to help? I mean, do you watch that stuff at all? Like international news? No? Is it just too depressing?
Yeah. Like it's like I don't like what can you do? If not, like you get involved and it's like war, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think I like to analyze things. And so I'm always interested in the legal argument and the like political strategy behind things. And so I ask a lot more questions than I offer information. I don't have real strong opinions on these complicated subjects because they're very complicated. And so I always like to hear what other people think about things. And I especially like to get your opinion on things because you're a different generation. And I think I'm finally at that age where I can say like, oh, those kids. And it is a different generation. I felt like such an old lady for a while saying that, but it's true. Here I am, 49, saying those kids, talking about a different generation. But I am a huge supporter. Like a lot of people think the younger generation is lazy and disinterested in politics, but I don't think that you're apathetic to it. I think that you are so empathetic to the world and concerned about, your fellow humans that's why you don't watch it, right? Like you feel powerless to do anything about it. So why watch it and be depressed?
I guess it like depends on the topic. Like I don't know.
But do you think that if we don't get involved in Ukraine, it's going to that Putin is going to continue to take over area and try to continue to build the Russian Empire and create enough problems where it does end up where we have to be involved? Like can we ignore it forever?
Not. I don't know. It's like it has to be like a boundary, like a limit.
And where is that limit? Because we're not doing air support. And, here Biden's asking for $33 billion to go in support to Ukraine. And we're already in deep debt here. So, is that enough money? Like, don't we already have planes that are built that we could take over there? Like, don't we have shit instead of just cutting them a check?
I think it costs like more like building those stuff though, like the planes and all that. I feel like it costs more.
Yeah.
You think so?
I don't know. I have such a problem with the military industrial complex as well. We spend so much money on war and the threat of war, and then we treat our veterans like shit. We don't take care of our everyday citizens, and so I don't know how I feel about that either. I think I just have conflicting feelings about everything. I want to have a powerful military and support our troops certainly and be secure in the world, but I think that we just flush a lot of money away on unnecessary shit.
Well, prices on like food are rising though. Have you noticed that?
Well, and of course we're going to have shortages, they say,
yeah.
on wheat and different vegetables. And
what about like meat and like chicken and all that?
Yeah. Are we going to be able to get our chicken nuggets? And how much meat is even in chicken nuggets anymore? Is it real food or is it all just,
Fake?
Yeah, it's all Frankenfood orchestrated anyway. Well, I have friends that are growing their own food. They feel like with the political climate lately in this country and globally and after COVID, their sense of security really is growing food, that is one of the most practical things that they can do. And I just don't have that skill, and so I'm never going to be a prepper. I'm never going to be able to live off the grid and make goat cheese after I milk the goat or anything like that. Have you ever milked an animal?
Never. Like I'd never done that.
Would you?
Yeah, I would try it.
I mean, if you wanted some milk or some cheese, you'd have to.
Yeah.
What about making butter? You ever made butter?
Never in my life.
So you just put like cream in a butter churn. Basically, you beat the shit out of the butter for a long time, and then the more that you do that, the more that you churn it, it turns to butter. That's how you make it. Very exciting, right? So I'm from Grandview, Missouri, where Harry Truman had his farm home. And so we had Harry heydays. Harry Truman was a big deal in Missouri and especially Grandview. And here we go. Joe Labosco, he's at home. First time he's ever watched the show. Thanks so much, Joe. And so,
Hi, Joe.
yeah, thanks, Joe. So now I don't remember what I was saying. I don't remember about the goats or whatever because Joe's distracted me with the bees. So here's another topic. But it's a good topic. So, I was talking about my friends that were, growing stuff. So I have quite a few friends that are keeping bees now, like a whole hive of them. I just had lunch with my friend a couple days ago, and he was telling me that he had to go and pick up this queen bee and drop her off in the hive and do all this weird stuff. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like he lives in this multi-million-dollar penthouse half of the time. And at his house, he has bees. And then I have other friends that are keeping bees. And he gave me honey. I'll have to bring you some, Diana. And so he gave me honey that he has from his bees. But then I have other friends that are keeping them so that they can harvest the venom. Yeah. So speaking of milking animals, that's why Joe brought up the segue of harvesting venom from bees, because it's good for pain and it's good for, some people think, MS and some of these other things, very similar to cannabis or mushrooms or some of these other more natural alternatives. Although when I was talking about this and, like, how do you harvest venom? Do you have to milk a bee? Like, do they have little nipples that it comes out of, or is it the stinger? What procedure is there? So I Googled it.
I'm actually curious.
Right? I Googled it. And so the old way was to actually have the bees sting you, which then, of course, kills the bee, because after they lose their stinger, they die.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. But they've had these studies where it said that people had like up to 20 stings a day for like 20 stings within 24 hours for like 3 days a week. And I'm like, what is this study or this lab where you just lock people in with a bunch of bees and hope that they get stung? And then you're like, well, how do you feel? Do you feel better? And who like got stung in their knee to realize, oh, my osteoarthritis, it feels much better now that the bee has stung me in my knee. But so you can take this bee venom and harvest it somehow on glass where the little stinger doesn't come out. And then like you scrape it, but then you can ingest it, but it seems like the most popular way to treat with bee venom. And if y'all know something that I don't, please comment and contribute, is you have to inject it. So we're going to save the bee's life by saving the stinger. But what we're doing is taking it out of a natural needle like the stinger and extracting it, putting it into another needle, and then injecting it under the skin of a person.
I feel like that's gonna hurt a lot. I don't know. I never got stung by a bee.
And apparently you have to use quite a bit of the bee venom. So that is why you're not just going to get stung by a bee and your arthritis is going to feel great. It's a very concentrated thing. We'll find video of that for next week. We'll show the bee venom video.
They probably get stung by like an army of them just to feel better or something.
So would you wear the bee suit and the beekeeper suit and like go into the swarm of bees?
Yes, if I'm not gonna come out like stinged or anything.
Well, I think they can still sting you if
They
you're in.
can?
Well, because I don't know that the beekeeper suit is all latched up and like airtight, and so one might get under there. But it's my understanding that they kind of go off of like your
Fear?
pheromones or what. Yeah, and so if you're afraid, then they might come after you. But if you're just there checking them out, scooping up their honey, just harvesting your venom, just came here to do a little milking. Set
That's
up a little stool.
That's so random. Like milking a bee.
Harvesting venom, you never know. All right, show me one more video before we go, because I feel
Um,
like I talked over this whole video thing, but this is good
I-
stuff that you guys are
I-
producing.
Yeah, I do have that one with Johnny Depp.
Oh, do we have a Johnny
Do you
Depp?
have a drinking problem, Johnny?
Objection calls for hearsay.
I was drinking.
You were drinking pretty heavily.
Were you there?
Question, Mr. Depp.
Yes. Let's let him object to another one.
The old vintage motherfucker you went for, dumbass. Did I read that right?
I was sorry, I was signing off, dumbass.
And then- Did I read that right? Did I read that right?
It's a whole minute
I read
video.
that right, correct?
You did. You did.
Did I read that right? I read that right.
You did. I did.
Did I read that right? I read that right.
No.
Other
Go
than-
away, coach. Done. Hop. Done.
Okay, where did he get his accent? Because he's from Kentucky, so that's a bullshit voice that he's using. And why is she shitting in the bed? Everybody wants to know. And do you think that he abused her? Was there domestic violence there? Or did she abuse him? Did they abuse each other? Was it really abuse? Are you watching this trial at all?
I only watched like the first one. But I can't remember much because I was like doing something else.
Yeah, me too. I've watched like just a few minutes of it, and because
it's so slow.
Yes, and the way
It's
that he
so slow.
answers a question, you're like, wrap it up. Come on. He talks like Joe. Like Joe was so slow and makes me crazy when I'm like, come on, talk faster. So, but I have to say, I kind of believe him over her.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like I don't know. It just I have to watch it all and like listen to it.
She just seems a little
Off.
she's off and she's antagonistic, you know. So he wants to walk away from the argument and she gets pissed about that. And you know, even if okay, he leaves for 12 hours when he said he was going to be gone for 30 minutes. Who gives a shit? He's walking away from the fight and he's trying, not to continue to engage. And she just made such a big deal out of like, oh, he burns me with cigarettes, when the recording was that he flicked a cigarette and part of the ash may have grazed her or something. And it's just, again, going back to the people that had the cannabis wedding and screwed up that whole thing.
Yeah.
For those of us trying to do a good job with cannabis, for people that have really suffered domestic violence, whether that's a man or a woman, that's just not cool to minimize it and say, oh, well, I was traumatized and victimized because, he wasn't as nice to me as I wanted him to be. And he didn't let me win all of the arguments, or like whatever's going on in her brain. I don't know. But I think it's also really fascinating how fascinated we are. Like the whole country is in on this trial.
Oh yeah, everybody's watching it, even the youth.
Yes.
sure.
Like people that have and I didn't know who Amber Heard was.
Me neither.
I still don't really outside of this trial.
I don't know her at all.
And now he's got 9 3/4 fingers after being married to this woman. And
Oh yeah, he's missing his
yeah,
top finger, right?
because she threw a liquor bottle at him or something. So, if that was a woman that was missing part of her finger because the guy threw something, it would be open and shut. But because
Very quickly.
right? But because it's a woman that threw it at him and people were like, he has 9 other fingers. What's
It's
the
fine.
big deal?
He will survive.
We are not going to have equal treatment as women until we demand that we treat men equally as well. So you can't just have the good part and not take any responsibility, ladies. So, if we really want to be in control and run the show like we know that we should be, then let's get it together and stop playing victim. So tired of it. Right? No more
Yeah.
victims.
No more. End of story.
Diana and I are not victims. So thank you for watching. You have anything else to add? I think we're going over. I'm going to wrap it up and get back to work.
I got nothing else. We just released a podcast like yesterday or the day before.
What's that one on?
It's on. I forgot it.
What's the topic? Was that Gina?
Yes, with Gina.
Hot little Gina? I shouldn't say that. She's also very smart and very sweet. But when you just see the video of her, she is super hot.
Yeah, it came out. Yeah, it came out on the 26th.
So you guys are up to what, 110 or something crazy now?
112.
Wow, 112 and over 30,000 downloads.
Yes, correct.
So proud to be part of it. Thank you for doing all of the work. All right, and that is it for us, 239 Uncensored. Thanks for watching, and we are out. I don't have
Out.
anyone to do
Oh,
this
yeah.
thing. Here we go. We are out, Diana. Woo!